out here today. I had something prepared I was going to say, which I'm also going to say, but I think I'm going to say something about what happened yesterday as well. So for those of you who don't know, I was arrested yesterday at a protest against eviction.
I don't know how to react.
And I spent a lot of time yesterday in a cell thinking about why we asked to defund the police. Thinking about the taxpayer dollars also that went into my arrest and into the arrest of the other people who were in cells next to me for very different reasons. I asked to defund the police because we're funding a system that doesn't help us. Me getting arrested yesterday helped no one. The two women in cells next to me who got arrested for a domestic assault and another assault situation helped no one. That did not help them in those situations. The police being called did not help either of those women. The police being called to the courthouse did not help me. It did not help those people getting evicted. We are funneling money into a system that harms our community over and over and over again. So I think just what I want to say in regards to that is that when I ask to defund the police, what I'm really saying is I love my community. What I'm saying is that I don't want to see people harmed by police officers anymore, violated by police officers anymore. It's not okay that police just grab people. That's not normal. That's not okay. It's not okay that as you are getting transferred into your cell, you get felt up by somebody you don't know, and there's no warning. That's not okay. This system is harmful and hurtful, and it has always existed to target Black, Indigenous, and people of color. It has always existed to target the working class. It has always existed to target immigrants and undocumented people. And that's who we're fighting for. So now I'm going to read something else. That was kind of on the fly. Okay. A quick announcement also, we're just going to ask that, please don't post anything from this march unless you have folks' consent. Like, we really want to make sure we're getting people's consent when we're posting things. So that was just a quick announcement, but I also just want to say, so we're at Joe Sesto Middle School right now. I used to work in this school, helping artists in Providence collaborate with teachers to engage and empower students who are in this school about 95% people of color, mostly white teachers, mostly students of color. Does something feel off there? It should. Because when we say we want to defund the police, we're saying we want to dismantle systemic racism, and that exists across systems. The police is just a start. They want to open up this school, even though the rate of COVID spreading in this neighborhood is very high. And I hear the message loud and clear, these children don't matter. These Black and brown and Indigenous and immigrant children don't matter. Their parents don't matter. Well, I have news for you. This will not stand. And I will keep fighting for these children's lives, whether it's protecting them from the spread of COVID or the police or this prison to school pipeline. I will not stop fighting, and we will not stop fighting. I want to remind people that fundamentally this is a movement of love. I was inspired when we were marching a few weeks ago by the words of my friend and fellow activist Annika, who said, this is a spiritual movement. Yes, we are angry. Yes, we are tired. But what are we fighting for? We are fighting for lives. We are fighting for safety. We are fighting for love. We are fighting for Black and Indigenous and immigrant people. We are fighting for an end to police brutality and cycles of violence within our carceral systems. And where does that need to fight come from? It comes from love. It comes from recognizing the humanity of others, of our Black and brown brothers and sisters and siblings. It comes from love that we fight. Nuestra lucha. Black Lives Matter. That is why we are here. The police create harm in this city and to the BIPOC people in it. I don't know if you all knew, but on June 25th, the police released 20 promises in 2020 that they were going to make to their people. If you haven't read it, you should, because they've broken almost every promise already. They break those promises. They say that in 2020 that we have a right to peaceful protest and officers will avoid using provocative tactics and equipment that undermines civilian trust. Providence PD signed on to these agreements. But what we know is that at every protest since then, police have shown up in riot gear and ready to incite violence with civilians. Yesterday, the police showed up ready to incite violence with civilians. If you have said 3 words to people and your reaction is to push somebody, you are not de-escalating, you are inciting violence.
Yeah.
And I'm not falling for those promises. Providence PD, you can keep those promises. I'm not falling for your promises of reform or body gear or de-escalation training. You showed me yesterday that you don't know how to de-escalate. You know how to instill fear, but we are not afraid. So, some of you know and some of you don't, my family is Indigenous, Mexica and Yaqui, and when we pray in Nahuatl, we often say, Tiawi Mexica, which means onward, forward. The Mexica people move forward. Tiawi la gente, onward, forward, the people move forward. We march because we love our city. We call to defund the police because we love our city. The only way that our people will be safe is to imagine a world beyond policing, beyond ICE, beyond carceral punishment. So today I say, Tiawi la gente de Providence, onward, forward, let's march!